This morning from our First Alert camera network out at our Madison camera. Now, that's not the Northern Lights. It's a gas station sign, but some of you may have seen the Northern Lights overnight if you were somewhere that was there wasn't a lot of light pollution. There are some reports. We picked it up faintly on one of our tower cameras, but it's really grainy, so you wouldn't be able to see much of it if we showed it to you on TV. If you did see it, though, definitely I want to see your photos. So heading through the week, cool today, this morning. We've got 40s and 50s out there right now. We'll be warm again this afternoon. Could be about a 10-degree difference from the lakeshore further inland, and that's because winds are going to pick up out of the north and northeast later today. It's going to cool things down in the low to mid 70s along the lakeshore. The rest of us will be around 80. That dry pattern, though, is also sticking around. Been watching visibility. Fog not going to be as big of an issue as we've seen the past couple of mornings, but again, cooler start for the kiddos getting ready to head out the door to the bus stop, going to work this morning, walking the dog. There's some 40s out there. 48 right now in Menor, low 50s in Cleveland, 48 in Norwalk, low 50s Canton and New Philly. This afternoon, we're going to make it to the upper 70s, but downtown temperatures going to get a little bit cooler during Guards game time because that north wind's going to be kicking in. So notice by lunchtime, we're warming up to the mid 70s. We'll drop back down to the low 70s as we head through the afternoon. Different story, though, for the Akron-Canton area. We'll see a lot more 80s in the Akron area and areas south, even some mid 80s with lots of sunshine. I mentioned, though, winds are going to be picking up this afternoon. So coming up, I'll let you know how windy it's going to get in your neighborhood as we head through the middle part of the week. Jamie. Waking up this morning, we've got temperatures that are cooler, upper 40s, low 50s, but by this afternoon, most of us will be in the 70s, 80s away from the lakeshore, but winds are going to be picking up. Winds will be gusting over 20 miles an hour through the second half of the day. We hold on to the breezy conditions tomorrow, so temps will be about 10 degrees cooler in the afternoon. Most of us will be in the upper 60s, around 70. But notice, I'm not talking anything about rain. We are staying dry. The drought conditions are going to worsen through the week. We don't have any rain in that first alert 7-day, and even warmer temperatures after we get through this little cool spell that's coming in through the middle part of the week. Here's your wind gust tracker through the afternoon. Notice this morning, if you've been outside already, walked the dog, anything like that, you notice it's really not too breezy out there, but by lunchtime, that's when those winds will start gusting over 20. So if you are going to the ballpark, there'll be a dramatic difference versus if you're sitting in the sun or you're sitting in the shade. So just something to keep in mind here too. Notice through the overnight hours, we hold on to those winds gusting over 20 miles an hour. Right now it's quiet. There are some clouds to our south. Do you know that these clouds are actually from Imelda? That is like well off the east coast. So we're kind of sandwiched here in between this front and this tropical system. So that's what's actually allowing for those winds to pick up this afternoon. Pretty crazy, right? So temps you can see here too when I turn on the temperature tracker, the difference with the cooler air from that front. That's what's going to move in tomorrow and drop those temperatures a couple degrees through the afternoon hours. This afternoon, though, look at the stark difference here. Mid 70s in Cleveland, low to mid 80s as you travel down 77. There are more 80s on that first alert 7-day. I'll show it to you coming up here in the next 10 minutes.